That's the nose. Once you find the nose, that's the bottom of the ear. From behind the jaw, you have now the sternocleidomastoid here. Here. And from here, you have now the trapezius that goes from the back of the neck to the top of the clavicle here and here, right? So let me enlarge this a little bit so you can see it better. Right. So now we have the sternum here, right? And at a certain point, there is the sternum is rigid, it's a bone, so this is going to be a straight line as you see. But when the sternum ends, we have here the costal arch, right? The costal arch, and what happening here, this portion here from here to here, we have from the end of the sternum to the top of the pubic bone, we have the linea alba, which is the soft superficial line that divides the abdomen in two. And unlike the sternum, this is soft, right? Sternum is a skeletal landmark, so it doesn't move. But this is soft, it's superficial, right? Skeleton is deep, that's superficial. So it's connected with the muscle, so that will be affected by the movement, right? Now here I have the linea alba. The navel is going to be here. We have seen about at the level of the top of the iliac crest or a little bit above, right? But more or less here, right? So now from here, right, from the profile of the rib cage, I'm going to aim for the iliac crest. So this muscle here that connects the rib cage with the pelvis is on the side is external oblique, and it does this, goes down along the iliac crest, sorry, the rib cage, and from here goes out like that, right? When we run out of rib cage, it goes out like that to connect with the iliac crest. Same now in here. This is muscle, yes, yeah, exactly. So imagine there is a band. Well, that's so that is a different thing, because so no, this is the muscle, right? But the fat could be like this, see that on top of that, right? So, but in lean people, that's a muscle that what it does is permit you to do torsion movement like this or movement like this, right? And in lean people is let me see if I have in this model here, there's not a lot of fat, and that's the muscle, see that? But in a heavier person, you could have that, right? So that's not gonna be visible because probably when you have we have a lot of fat in here, all this curve in here are going to be kind of suppressed, right? Because they are covered with fat. But we're talking beautiful lean people here, right? So now lean people, right? So now here we have because this is now tilted this way, what we're gonna have a sort of compression, right, of the soft tissue here, of the muscle here. Whereas in this part in here, it could be it's a little bit stretched, right, because it moves away. So this is gonna be less angle. This is gonna be less angle than that, right? But this is the sternal oblique, right? So here we have the gluteus medius. See this? It's the gluteus medius, it's the gluteus on the side, and here we don't see it because it's just turned. Here, this is the inguinal ligament. The inguinal ligament is basically where the belly ends, right? And this is now the abs, like that, right? The abdominal muscle. So here we have the pectoralis that goes down like this. From here, it goes up like this and down like this, and the pectoralis stops ends here a little bit above the costal arch. So see, that's a costal arch, right? That's the pectoralis. Let me see if I have a figure that is not that's not that visible. But so the breast is on top of the pectoralis, but so that's the pectoralis would be here like this, right? and the breast goes below the pectoralis. But even so, you see that the breast in this case does not reach the level of the costal arch, which is here. So the pectoralis would stop this line here, or this one above, this one above. Okay, so this one above, and let me see if I have it here, is here. And let me show you from the book, right? Let me show you from the book. What is it? Look, I haven't yet figured out. Okay. This is basically where the pectoralis ends and the deltoid begins, the shoulder begins. So you see where it goes? It goes not up here, it goes on the side here of the humerus, right? Just below, toward the end of the deltoid, basically. So once you find this, the head of the beginning of the humerus, the pectoralis, you can draw a triangle like this, right? And here like this, that goes a little bit below the head of the humerus. That's the pectoralis, right? And that's the pectoralis. So here we have the deltoid. Here we have the deltoid here, and then we can block in now here the latissimus dorsi, right? The lats. So we would have lats, rib cage, external oblique, gluteus, and then the thigh. So see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? As they come together. So the breast, so this is pectoral, the breast is going to be here and here, depending on the size, right? So we can block in the breast here like this, right? Like this. Depend on the size. It'll depend on the size. But you're right. What it is, you're right. It's the nipple is one head down. Yeah. So in men, the nipple is one head down. But in women, depends on the size. Yeah, it could be higher, could be low. Because when you have very small breasts, the nipple can be even higher than one head down. But when the breasts get heavier, so in women, the nipple is where it is. In men, it's about one head. But in women, what you can still use the head, right, to say, okay, that's the nipple, that's the nipple. You take the head and you say, oh, like me. It's just that one head down. But if the breast is bigger, right, then the nipple's going to be here. All right, they say, okay, where is it? It's, all right, a little bit lower than one head down, right? Because it's not going to be a major difference unless you have, very gigantic breasts, kind of, it's gonna be around one head, a little bit high, a little bit lower, or at the measurement, right? So now here, what we would have that's iliac spine, right? That's the knee, right? And we can block in now here, instead of having this cylindrical volume here like this, we can block in from here, right? From the iliac spine, we aim for the point here that is a little bit above the knee, on the inside of the thigh, and we do this. Right? This is now the quadricep, and this is now the adductors. And this is the sartorius muscle that, let me see if I can see it here. See that? That's the sartorius muscle. And see this? 1, 2, see that? So that sartorius muscle can be, in this case, it's not visible much, but there's always a change of volume from here to here. So I start with this cylindrical or truncated cone volume of the thigh, and then what I do, divide it into segment, and this, instead of being straight, is going to have an accentuated volume that then changes direction here when we get to the quadricep. like that.